So some of Jeffrey Epstein's survivors have released a very powerful video, and I want to share it with you here because I'm really sick and tired of people playing politics with this one. I'm tired of it becoming the Democrats versus the Republicans. I'm tired of it being about who your favorite president once was. It's about none of those things. It's about the people who suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. And so I'm going to play you this clip, and then we're going to talk more about it. But trigger warning, this is really powerful.
I suffered so much pain.
So much pain.
So much pain.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
There are about 1,000 of us.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows. It's time to shine a light into the darkness.
You know, folks, this thing never should have been made political, but it was made political by Donald Trump. Let's just put the blame right where it belongs on this one. He is the one who turned this into politics. He is the one who fed this to his base like it was some big conspiracy that was going to help him drain the swamp. And you had all these MAGA podcasters, all these MAGA influencers jumped on this train, and they made it their entire identity to go out there and talk about Jeffrey Epstein, talk about the files, and talk about how that all the Democrats and all the Hollywood elite and everyone they hated had to be somehow connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump was going to be the one to expose it all. Then he gets reelected, and I really think that he thought, okay, now that I've won, everybody will just shut up about all this. I don't think he actually thought even his followers would want to follow through with anything, because normally they don't. But this one mattered to him. This one meant something. And when he turned to them and said, this is all a Democratic hoax, you need to stop talking about it, that was a slap in the face of the victims that you just saw in that clip. It was a slap directly in their faces for him to go on record and say, this is a Democratic hoax. He did not care about them. He didn't care about any of it. All it was a political point that he could talk about to score points with his base. And then when he said those words, it's a Democratic hoax, not only was it a slap in the face of those victims, but it actually did wake up some of his followers, and they were like, hold on a second, wait, this is one of the main issues you ran on. You promised to drain the swamp. We thought for sure you were going to bring everyone down. And it also caused a lot of people on my side who really didn't care about this case at all to perk up and go, wait a minute, if Donald Trump would suddenly turn and call this a Democratic hoax, then there has to be something more to it, because let's just be realistic about this. Anytime Donald Trump is guilty of something, he automatically starts calling it a hoax. That is his MO, to say it's a hoax, it's fake news. If you hear him say fake news, what that basically means is, I got caught and I don't want you to talk about it. So please stop talking about that. Let me discredit it as quickly as I can. Now, he's already come out and said that, hey, y'all can go ahead and release the Epstein files now. That's cool. And I don't know how you could be one of his supporters and go through this abuse that he's dishing out on you, because he absolutely is mind-fucking all of us. I can't find a better way to say it. He truly is, because he's going to drain the swamp. Then it's a Democratic hoax, then stop talking about it, because the more you talk about it, you're taking the attention off the great job he's doing as president, and then suddenly it's, oh no, wait, that's okay. Go ahead and release the files. And there's either one of two reasons why he's saying that. Either one, they've managed to get his name completely removed from him, or two, he's going to try to block it in the Senate, or three, you could also say, folks, I would like to talk to you about Chapter. Medicare is supposed to benefit seniors, but it can be so confusing. And with many agents chasing commissions instead of caring about folks, millions of seniors end up on plans that aren't right for them every year, paying too much or not getting the care that they need. And that's just wrong. Listen, Medicare annual enrollment runs from October 15th through December 7th. Even if you like your current Medicare plan, it's critical to look at 2026 plans, or you risk losing coverage you need. That's because plans change every year and some just disappear. That's why I want you to know about Chapter. They're the only advisors that check every plan nationwide to make sure you get one that works best for you. Their help is free and they can review your options in under 20 minutes. If you're on the right plan, they'll tell you. If not, they'll help you switch. By doing this, they've saved people an average of $1,100 a year. So call Chapter today. Get it done fast and rest easy. You can reach them at 314-732-0423. That he could release these files right now if he wanted to. There doesn't have to be a vote. He can release the Amelia Earhart files. We got those, you know. He could release those all day long, but not these. These have to come to a vote, and these gets turned into politics while the victims wait for justice. And it's an absolute slap in the face to them. So I don't care how much someone looks up or loves Donald Trump. I don't care if they triple trumped. It's about the victims. I don't care if Bill Clinton used to be my favorite president. It's about the victims. It's not about Bill Clinton versus Donald Trump. It's not about Democrats versus Republicans. And it's not really even about draining the swamp or any of the other stupid-ass cliches that Donald Trump just cooked up out of his ass. It's about bringing justice. And yes, I want to see that swamp get drained, and I do want to see those people get brought to justice. But I have a feeling that when it happens, I'm just speculating here, it looks to me like when it happens, it's going to be a whole lot more people that Donald Trump has been trying to protect than it is all of the people they tried to put it on. Because it's so obvious the way they've went about this. They went about this to project everything they ever were onto someone else. And now you got Megyn Kelly out there making excuses for this, saying, hey, you know, at least it was just 15-year-olds is all Epstein liked. It wasn't 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds. It was just 15-year-olds. And don't quote me on this, but I heard she's got like a 14-year-old daughter. So would that be okay for her 14-year-old daughter to go to that island? I mean, how screwed up is it? How screwed up is it that these people will go to this length to support and defend this man? And, you know, I can understand them twisting his rhetoric and his sayings. You know, if you point out that Trump said something, I mean, if Trump came out tomorrow and said, you know, fuck the state of Kentucky and everyone in it, if he said that out loud, you could turn to people, friends of yours in Kentucky, and say, hey, did you hear about what he said about you? And people that supported him would find a way to say, oh, no, he meant he loved Kentucky. He didn't mean that, or you misheard it, or you took it out of context. They would find a way to spin that. So I understand we're never going to win that argument with them. They're always going to be spinning the things that he says to he didn't really say it or you just took it out of context. But how exactly do they spin the grocery bill? When they look down at it and realize that the prices aren't any lower and they're still struggling day to day to feed their family, how do they spin that? And how can they sit there and listen to a podcaster spin it that, hey, at least it wasn't 5-year-olds, at least it wasn't 8-year-olds, they were just 15. How can they sit there and spin that? The only thing I can go back to is they're in a cult. And it truly is sad because I do know smart, educated people, and I know good-hearted people. I know people who are otherwise really good-hearted people. And if you didn't talk politics and never dove into this stuff with them, you would never know that they hold such demented beliefs. Because they would be there for you. They would help you out. You would help them out. They would be your neighbor. They would be your friend. But you get to talking to them about this stuff, and they will go to bat and defend this garbage. And it's absolute insanity to me. The only thing I can say is that it's brainwashing and it's a cult. I used to sit and watch those documentaries of Jonestown and Waco, and I would hear the families talk about how I was trying so hard to get through to my brother. I was trying so hard to get the point across to my brother that this man was a con man. And my brother died in Waco, or my brother died in Jonestown. And I used to say, damn, that is truly heartbreaking. And then I lived to see a president of the United States do that to people I care about. And to sit back and watch them go to bat for Epstein now and go to bat for Trump is one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. And I do not believe a word that comes out of their mouth. Anything they say, folks, going forward, I'm here to tell you. I never did anyway, but especially now. Just know if you support Donald Trump at this point in the game and you're willing to say that out loud, I don't trust another word you got to say coming out of your mouth, and I would never let my children around you. I would never leave my children with you for 30 seconds, so just know that. There's no defending this anymore, and there's no making it about politics. You all let Donald Trump make this political, and it's absolute bullshit. I might have been a fan of President Clinton. I'll say it again. He was my favorite president. So what? If he hurt innocent people, if he was with underage girls, fuck him, full stop. I'm not in a cult. I'll have one book to throw away. I have his autobiography. I'll toss it in the trash if the files are released and all the dirt on him comes out. And I'll toss it in the trash on this fucking channel. I will hold it up and toss it in the trash right in front of you because I do not worship the man. and anybody still hanging on and triple trumping, and the ones that will be willing to quadruple trump after all of this, I have zero respect for you. I'll treat you with respect. I will still treat you with respect. I would still give you a drink of water if you was thirsty. But as far as having respect for you, I have absolutely none.